Here are 7 people who have strong love for Nigeria and they want to see Nigeria win.
God, I thank you for making me a Nigerian, and it's a privilege.
This is the land of my birth. I will run nowhere for any one of you.
I'm fighting for the next generation of Nigerians that are not yet born. At that moment when I stood, I was expecting a bullet at any time.
CBM is the voice of the voiceless. Great Nigerian people. Great Nigerian people.
I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. And all of us will be in the trenches fighting until we make Nigeria work.
Person number 1, who have great love for Nigeria and want to see Nigeria win. Rufai Oseni of Arise News.
I'm so proud to be a Nigerian. It runs in my vein every time. It's a love affair. I get passionate about it. I love it.
It's one thing being Nigerian, and it's another thing being proud to be Nigerian. Rufai Oseni was actually thanking God for making him a Nigerian.
You know when you love it the most is when you leave this country and you're coming back home and the plane is about to touch down and you see the green grass of home. You can just hold that specter of a moment in your heart forever. God, I thank you for making me a Nigerian, and it's a privilege.
To me, that shows that he is emotionally invested in the project, Nigeria.
And that's why I keep on speaking for its greatness. Because I know innately in this country is a power of greatness that is unprecedented, has never been seen before. And I know we'll get there. The road might be long, the journey might look like it's going to tarry, but I will never, ever relent on this love I have for my country.
There's no doubt that Rufai Oseni have great passion for country. Person number 2, who have great love for Nigeria and want to see Nigeria win. Dele Farotimi.
None of honor. Let me be clear. You've hounded some people and they've taken it to exile and gone nowhere. Emiati, Miaona, we'll stay here together. This is the land of my birth. I will run nowhere for any one of you. The truth is sufficient as a weapon and it is sufficient as a shield.
Dele Farotimi is one of those people who says things exactly like it is.
See, the first thing you do if you want to fight injustice, speak. What Raya has done is to speak. You might not like the way she has spoken her truth. Speak it the way you feel it should be spoken. But do not take away a person's capacity to speak to the fact of their reality. Yorubas will say that the inability to speak to your pains is the beginning of your ruination.
Dele Farotimi is passionate about Nigeria. He wants to see a Nigeria that works for everybody.
If we are to ever have a society worthy of his name or a country that is fit for habitation, one that we can properly bequeath to our children, we have to be guided by the truth. Now, it's not always convenient. Now, when you speak the truth, a whole lot of people will not be happy with you. We built this. It's not just Tinubu, it's not just Babangida, it's not Obasanjo, it's all of us. We all made this mess, and it will take all of us to fix this mess. So I wrote, "Do not die in their war." Do not die in their war is meant to introduce you to Nigeria, tell you the truth that you all know, but that you all lie to yourselves and pretend are not there. The only way we can get out of the mess we are in is if we acted as a collective, have common grounds and common purpose, and then work together to become citizens. That is what I said in the imperative of the Nigerian Revolution. I further broke it down in that book. I said we will take the electoral part, and when the system inevitably refuses to honor our rights as citizens, we should take to the streets. The reasons why that was impossible in 2023 is obvious to all of us. We could not act together as one. Simple.
Senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, says human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi has been arrested over an alleged criminal libel. Mr. Falana said that Mr. Farotimi was arrested in Lagos State yesterday, and he's now asking for him to be unconditionally released from what the senior advocate of Nigeria describes as illegal custody. A video showing the arrest of the popular activist and lawyer has emerged.
Dele Farotimi is passionate about Nigeria. You would have had to be living under a rock not to have heard of Dele Farotimi.
Without the level of support that the average Nigerian across the ethno-religious divide show behind me, the demand for my release, the demand that the system should work properly and lawfully, I would have actually remained there until February. That I came out as early as I did is a testament to the willingness of the average Nigerian to speak for me. I'll die the day I stop believing in that. I live in the hope that we can birth a Nigeria that our children can be proud of. I live in that hope. If I gave up on that hope, I'd flee Nigeria like other members of my generation and economic class. The average Nigerian middle class person is either fleeing, planning to flee, or has fled. That is a class that has more or less disappeared. I live in the hope and faith and believe that it is possible to birth a Nigeria that can be a first world country in a couple of generations because we have both the human and material resources to get it done. So yeah, I believe, and it gave me a lot of hope.
Person number 3, who have strong love for Nigeria and want to see Nigeria win. Aisha Yesufu.
Whenever I hear Nigerians say to me that we are not united, we are so divided, I always say to them, first of all, if you fly over any city in Nigeria without you being told where it is, they look the same.
Yeah.
If you were to be dropped in any city in Nigeria without the clothing and you don't hear the language, you wouldn't know where you are.
Yeah.
I've been to places I'm like, in the west, in the east, in the northern part of I'm like, that looks like my village. That looks like my area. They look similar. Why? The poverty is the same. The unemployment is the same. And I tell people, let's focus on these things. Let's focus on the fact that we don't have access to good quality education, public education. We don't have access to good healthcare system. You know, access to to good quality education is dependent on the economic status of one's family. And for me, that's the biggest injustice in Nigeria.
You see, I'll have to give kudos to Aisha Yesufu because she speaks about what she believes in, and she believes in Nigeria.
Our unity is a threat to some people in this country. And so they will do everything to keep us disunited. Yeah. Because the moment we are united, we will now know who the common enemy is and then we'll face them. Yes. And most times what they try to do is to keep that flame of hatred going on. That's the way they can keep the people so divided that they wouldn't know what to pay attention to.
Aisha Yesufu is not normal. And I mean this in the nicest possible way. Aisha Yesufu is not your typical front person or activist you would see in public, speaking up and fighting for the vulnerable.
Death is not when you no longer breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. For me, death is when you are afraid to speak the truth. You are afraid to speak against injustice because you are afraid to die. The day I'm unable to speak because I'm afraid to die will be the day that I truly die.
Aisha Yesufu believes in the unity of people and Nigeria as one.
I'm a Muslim and I am somebody who believes in whatever I'm doing, I try to do it very well. For me, it's an injunction for me to wear hijab. Even when I'm at protests, I always say to people, give me my Sharia space. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do. At that moment when I stood, I was expecting a bullet at any time. I'm fighting for the next generation of Nigerians that are not yet born, the way I would wish that others had fought for me.
Person number 4 who have strong love for Nigeria and want to see Nigeria win. VDM, known as Very Dark Man, President of the Rattles.
Well, yes, I've gotten to 2 million followers, but for me, it goes beyond the following. It means that 2 million people actually believe in what I do. Even though there have been some obstacles on the way, different narratives that are being pushed, but still, here we are. You know what it means? You get 2 million people. When we say, okay, they won't listen to what you talk.
What separates VDM from the rest is that he impacts people directly and immediately. The speed at which he responds to people in need is unbelievable and admirable.
Help me, please. This is what I'm using to feed myself and my family. I'm feeding other people. I have somebody I don't even know his father, I don't know his mother. A little girl I'm paying her school fees, not only for my own children. Please.
See the way they cry, Kata they come off for his nose, he feel control himself. You know, see what I don't pass Gary. Now, why is this man crying? Apparently, the man sells akara for a living. What happened on that day? According to the story, tax force came and made away with everything he uses in frying the akara in Lagos State. This guy, I go send you DM, so check your DM. I go buy you all those things, the gas cylinder, the pot, the table, everything where they pack. I go buy them for you. That's not a problem. You understand? Because you know they do fraud. You know they scam. You know they do anything. This is not handwork. You need to be encouraged. Why the tax force decided to do this is maybe because it was frying the akara in a restricted area. Do you understand?
You see, you wouldn't have the sort of impact VDM is having on the youth, especially if you don't have that special something which people can relate to.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have privacy. I don't have a life. You know, people bring different complaints every day. I check my DM, it's complaint, Very Dark Man, this happened, Very Dark Man. But I'm happy, you know, at the end of the day, it's a good thing that people reach out to me for help. You know, it's a good thing that they see me as somebody that can help them. No be me they do, now God they run now. No matter anybody won't talk, now only God. If God was say they no VDM, they no go no VDM. You know, so God na run am and God don't run am. That's nothing anybody fit do to change am.
VDM was recently held in custody, and we all know what followed.
Anyways, we're outside with my lawyer, of course, and you know what we do. We can never get inside when we have our lawyer by our side.
The campaign for his freedom took the country by storm, and even VDM himself was shocked at the level of support he had.
I just want to appreciate all the people that lended the voice when I was in there. I swear to God, the day I came out and they gave me a phone and I saw everything that has happened on the internet while I was in there, I swear to God, I almost cried because I wasn't expecting anything. I was expecting myself to just go inside and come out when I come out and then just continue what I do, because nobody they break me. I must talk. That's just me. I must talk. Anything that wants to happen, let it happen. So fast enough for the betterment of the country, I must talk. So I wasn't expecting anything. When I came out, I saw a lot of video. I almost cried, I swear. You know, so I want to appreciate a lot of people that at least lended a voice. You understand? Because lending a voice to Very Dark Man is also contributing to lending a voice for the future. It does not have to only be Very Dark Man. Anytime you say something against injustice, you are contributing to the betterment of Nigeria in the future. Anytime you just say this is injustice, you don't contribute. Do you understand?
Person number 5 who have strong love for Nigeria and they want to see Nigeria win. Femi Falana, SAN.
Great Nigerian people. Great Nigerian people. I say it all the time that Nigeria has no business with poverty. We have no business with frustration, because this is a well-endowed nation Other countries are jealous of us. But what have we done with the enormous resources at the disposal of our country?
Femi Falana is very vocal about the state of Nigeria today and the welfare of its people.
There is no way the IMF and World Bank can help Nigeria. The implementation of neoliberal policies are going to further pauperize the Nigerian people and increase poverty in Nigeria. Sir, for the people in the National Assembly, it is unacceptable to vote 70 billion naira. Please, for the facelift of the National Assembly.
Femi Falana fighting for the rights of the people just because he wants a Nigeria that functions.
Let us consolidate our democracy by taking care of the masses. Do you understand me? Let the masses breathe. Nigerian people.
For members of the government, and I'm talking of top officials of the government, it's been very rosy. In fact, one of them was singing, I think about a week ago, that things are getting better. Of course, for the rich, the bourgeoisie, things are getting better. But for the masses of our people, things are getting tougher because they are going through excruciating economic, crisis.
Person number 6 who have strong love for Nigeria and want to see Nigeria win. Deji Adeyanju.
Arrests are all the rage at the moment. You must have come across a man who was arrested in Delta State for bathing in murky waters as a form of protest, and rightly so, against the deplorable state of roads in that state. Arrests are being made left, right, and center. Arrest of protesters, arrest of labor leaders, arrest of journalists, and yet the police are afraid to arrest Yaya Bello. These arrests are clearly aimed at intimidating Nigerian citizens and stifling freedom of expression, simpliciter, in my view. Many refuse to come out and vote, afraid to protest, or even to speak out in any way against the oppressive injustice in the nation because they are afraid of being imprisoned and losing their lives. I have been in prison several times. I too have loved ones and people I care about.
Deji Adeyanju, he loves Nigeria so passionately that he wants Nigeria that works. He wants the laws of Nigeria to be applied correctly. He wants Nigeria to respect Nigerians as citizens.
So why do people like myself keep on speaking up? It is because long before anyone imprisons me, I'm already a prisoner of conscience as a Nigerian. And this is why I think every Nigerian should enjoy exemption on the day of reckoning in heaven. Because God should have considered that we've suffered enough. I owe it to my children and their children to give an account of the part I played whilst the ship called Nigeria was going down. And this is why we do what we do.
There is no doubt that Deji Adeyanju speaks for the people and defends the people.
We are in chains because we are dead to our conscience. If Nigerians began to develop some sensitivity to their conscience and act accordingly, it wouldn't take long before we truly experience liberty and prosperity worth celebrating, and it certainly would take another 64 years to achieve this.
Person number 7 who have strong love for Nigeria and want to see Nigeria win. Peter Gregory Obi. Peter Obi, in short.
I'm in a coalition for a better Nigeria. I'm in a coalition for new Nigeria. I'm in a coalition that will fight insecurity. I'm in a coalition that will fight hunger in Nigeria. I'm in a coalition that will fight stress. As you know now, WHO has said that over 20 million Nigerians have mental illness due to stress because of what is happening all over the place. So we imagine a country where 20 million people are mad, moving around because of stress. They don't know where the next meal will come from. So it's very, very important that we work hard
to make sure we are now among the 3 most stressed countries to live in. We are now one of the hungriest countries for people to live in. We will work out to fight this. That's the coalition we are in. And I assure you, I will continue to fight. Like I always say, I'm not desperate to be Nigerian president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. And all of us will be in the trenches, fighting until we make Nigeria work.
There is no doubt that Mr. Peter Obi have a huge youth following. His slogan, "A new Nigeria is possible," is something he's been actually trying to bring to life.
You people are the ones that are going to change Nigeria. We wasted everybody's generation. We wasted everybody's time. You are the ones that are going to change Nigeria. You are the ones that are going to make it work. And it is important that you know, when we talk about competence, you are the one that is competent. You are the one that is properly educated to have the competence to drive that process, to be able to think, where are we going? Are we measuring what we're doing? You are the ones who will say, this is wrong.
The love for Nigeria should not only be by mouth, it should be by action. It should be by your antecedents.
Somebody asked me a question this morning. When I came in here, they put a seat in front of these young people. You must have seen the big seat here that was when I came in here. And I said they should remove the seat. That we'll all have to sit together. And one of your students asked me, why did I want that seat removed? First he said, this seat we are sitting is not strong enough. I said, but you're sitting on it. If it can carry you, will carry me. I said, so why do you have to give up that your luxury seat and sit with us? And I said, it's just to show you that we are all the same.
Peter Obi went into opposition just to fight for the cause of Nigeria.
Investing in you is critical. Our country today is underdeveloped because we have not invested in education. The more a country invests in education, the more developed the country is. We have not invested, we are not developed. Because of it, we're not doing well. The measure of development is what they call Human Development Index. And 3 things, that's measure of development. And 3 things drives it: health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. But of these 3, education is the most critical. So countries are doing better than us today because they invested in education.
There is no doubting Peter Obi's love and zeal for Nigeria, and it should be a case of what can you do for your country, but not what your country can do for you. Please give me a like and a follow.